Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everybody. Wherever you are in the world, hope you're having a great day. My name is Rush. This channel is all about cars, racing cars, talking about cars. And today, we're going to talk about my car, an LS Swap New Edge Mustang, and everything I did to get it to where it is right now. All right, the first Mustang I had was a silver 2002 Mustang GT. It was a convertible, it was automatic, it was very fun to drive. And then I put my foot a little too far down in the rain on some radials, and then whoop right into a freaking pole, right? And then flooded the motor in the ditch and then sold it. Once I sold it, I went out and bought a 2001 Mustang GT with a manual transmission, right? And I thought it was good. He told me it was only a throwout bearing, so I drove it a little bit, and boom, I discovered
Lies! The filthy earth boy lies!
the motor was blown, head gaskets gone, freaking the whole nine, ticking like a Hemi, bro. Basically, from the front bumper to the firewall, right? My radiator. Three-core aluminum radiator with dual electric fans is supposed to fit perfectly into a 9904 Mustang in the stock placement. Now, if you have dual fans on your aftermarket radiator and you don't have ABS, then it'll fit perfectly. But if you do have ABS, it will not. So you're going to have to either one, get an ABS delete block, or two, swap over to a single big electric fan. I got a QA1 front K member and A arms and max beating rod front coilovers from a parts car that I purchased a while ago for $700, right? And as far as steering, it's a Flaming River 13 to 1, 13 to 1 ratio manual rack alongside a Motion Raceworks lightweight steering column and an MPI steering wheel, right? So this is pure race car up front. As you can see, pure race car up front. I got a 5.3 LM7 out of a GMC Yukon, and then got some ported 799 heads, and then gapped the rings to .035. Right, I was broke, so no cam, but I plan on building and boosting the 6.0 later on, way later on. Um, F body oil pan, pickup tube, and windows tray. Um, and back to the top end, we got stock rockers with a trunnion upgrade, LS7 lifters, chromoly push rods, sheet metal intake manifold, 55-pound injectors, 102 millimeter throttle body, forward facing turbo headers that dump the exhaust out the hood. Um, and for accessories, I ran the truck accessories with an F body water pump and used 0.75-inch spacers to get the belt in line, right? And the plan for the motor was a whole lot of nitrous, right? We want to dump nitrous into this motor. On a 500 shot of nitrous, I probably got 5, maybe 10, if I'm lucky, 10 runs on a 500 shot of nitrous. And I am freaking fighting for my life. The nitrous on top, I'm looking at 8 to 900 horsepower. I can hurt feelings at 8 to 900 horsepower on both kits, right? Now, obviously, we tune the car to who we're racing, so ain't no use in dumping a 500 shot of nitrous into the car if we don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Only use what's necessary to control the motor, right? This counts. This counts as front half. And eBay, standalone harness, and stock ECU. And for nitrous timing control, a Lingenfelter LNC 2000. And that Lingenfelter LNC 2000 also allows me to have two-step. You know what I'm saying, right? And for nitrous control, I got a nitrous outlet WinMax two-stage window switch, which allows me to hit two kits of nitrous at two different times to better dial in my track, my freaking ETs. You know what I'm saying? If we going out trying to push a number at HMP, Houston Motorsports Park. You understand what I'm saying? We got, for now, the Rock Auto Special Lightweight Flywheel. Somewhere in forums and Facebook groups, I read that an F body clutch will hold 800 foot-pounds of torque. So maybe we bought a little GTO clutch, right? Because I thought it could hold 800 foot-pounds of torque. I guess we'll see. You know what I'm saying? It's the first setup. I guess we'll see. And alongside that, the Rock Auto Special non-adjustable pressure plate. You understand what I'm saying? Now, a little bit of history or knowledge for your cranium. A manual New Edge Mustang comes factory with a cable clutch. Hey, did you know that? Did you know that? So when you push the pedal down, you're not pushing fluid, you're pulling on the cable, right? Now, for the transmission that I'm using, I needed to adapt said cable to hydraulic, right? So in order to do that, I bought a McLeod hydraulic clutch conversion kit. You know what I'm saying? Now, does it work like I thought it would? Hell no. Does it suck ass to freaking bleed? Hell yes. Are we rocking with it for the time being anyway? Well, I'm broke, so hell yeah, right? And the transmission I use, you're probably asking, a T56 from an F-body Camaro, right? T56. Now, what do I want to do? No prep racing, eighth mile racing, drag racing, digging. I'm trying to go win some money at the cash days. I'm trying to go get me a small tire gangsters chain. Know what I'm saying? So later on, once we got more money in the bank account and we riding and we happy, I want to get a turbo 400 transmission, which is good for me in my non-electric transmission setup, right? I want a turbo 400, so I'm learning how to build them right now. I don't know if it's going to go in the Mustang. Hopefully, it ends up in a Chevy Nova, 73 Nova SS. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, fingers crossed. A guy can dream, can he? For now, I got a stock one-piece steel drive shaft adapted to a T56 yoke. Yes, it fits. I'm going to tell you why. Because the Terminator Cobra has the same transmission that I have bolted up to my LS, a T56. And the Terminator Cobra drive shaft is the same length as a GT and a freaking V6 drive shaft. Won't you imagine that? I got a stock 8.8 rear end with stock 8.8 rear end, meaning a freaking the same rear end that came in the car, but I have 350 gears and a Terminator diff, right? But oh, also my drag pack is installed in the back with 17-inch poverty stars wrapped in 305, 40 or 45 17s. I don't remember, something like that. And Mickey Thompson ET Street SS, right? I got to get new tires because these are bald. Stock suspension in the stock location for now, but I'm going to push this setup just a little bit before I get to reinforcing everything. And hopefully the only thing that breaks is the motor. Power go, 900 horsepower on 500 shot. Damn! Pretty crazy, I know, but we'll keep it to one kit until I get rear suspension and I get it reinforced, and we find and we do what we got to do to make sure everything do what it need to do. You understand what I'm saying? Now, since we done went front to back and you know everything about my car, you better not go tell nobody before I have to hunt you down. Final part. Things I need to do, right? Oil pressure, coolant temp, and battery voltage gauges. I have all three of these things sitting on my nightstand right now, but I don't have a hole saw to put them in the car, right? So we're going to get to that. Also, headlights, tail lights, brake lights, and wipers. Basically, need to build an entire body harness from scratch for me to feel happy driving that car to and from work, right? And I also got to wire up that nitrous controller I told you about, because that's how I'm going to read my RPM. And that's also how I'm going to know when to shift, right? And I think I covered it all. Ending. If you got any questions at all whatsoever, right, let me know. Um, any questions on how I wired up my switch panel, how I got anything to work, right? Because every most people I talked to said the eBay harnesses were garbage, but I got mine to work, right? So if you want to know how I got mine to work, we can make a video on that. But with that being said, this is the end. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. And if you did, please, please, for the love of God, like the video, comment, subscribe. Have a blessed rest of your day. Now I'm saying.